in a youth game, in a youth team game, a grassroots sport game, how much of an impact or how important is the umpire or referee or match official in that process? What sort of impact can they have? Can the umpire have?
They can have a big impact. What players have to understand is that umpires are human. Umpires make mistakes just like everybody else. The really obvious one is if you tallied up every individual on the pitch at making mistakes, the umpires were the people who make the least mistakes. Yeah, when the umpire does a mistake, a lot of the time, everybody gives them a hard time and it's decided the game. Where if the players corrected their 30 mistakes to the umpire's 1, you would probably find that the result would be slightly different. And they've just got to accept what the umpire says, because the umpire is doing everything with their best will. I've never met an umpire yet who's come to a game and gone, I'm going to cheat you out of this. If they make a mistake and something goes wrong and you lose, it's an accident, or they've seen something from a different point of view to what you have, and falling out with them is not going to help change that.
So that is the young players getting learning social skills to deal with authority, to deal with feeling wronged or illed by someone else, which is important. It's the social skills that come with youth sports, I think. In terms of education and allowing the game to flow, how much of a role does of an educator does the umpire have? How often do you let the little things go in a match as an umpire?
Well, that depends on the umpire, because a lot of the time so for instance, if our under 16s and under 14s play, a lot of the time we have umpires who are just learning to umpire as well. So actually, their understandings and their nuances of the game may not be as strong as, say, somebody who's been umpiring for a bit longer and has a bit more experience. And it might be, well, they go, I know it's a foul to hit a foot, so I'm just going to blow the whistle every time I see a foot. And actually, you've then got to help the umpire learn that, actually, give it a second, see who gets the ball after it's hit a foot, and play advantage. Or, actually, there's nobody anywhere near them, it's hit the foot. They were probably going to still keep possession of the ball, whether it had hit that foot or not. So it's not a foul, just play on. Or it's an under-8s game, and if you blow every foot, you'll be able to make a song with it at the end, because the whistle will just keep going peep, 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 peep.
How much of an educator does the umpire have in terms of helping players who are younger?
They can do it very well, or more. It's not even younger; it's just less or more experienced. So, just help them to understand the rules, talk to them. Again, a lot of especially in these volunteer umpires in these youth games, I think if you're a little bit better with your communication towards the players, the players will start to learn what's happening. And again, the coaches on the sideline need to kind of help the umpires as well if they're inexperienced, rather than just shout at the umpire and give them a hard time. Because I've seen that before and it doesn't help that much.